for when she stepped into the river, she would never step out again. 17-year-old Alexis thought that she was in for an average trip to the river. A little swimming, a little fun, nothing out of the ordinary. But she couldn't have been more wrong. As soon as she steps into the water, 3 beings come out and command that she join them, join their culture into protecting the river. Alexis agrees and takes a part of the ceremony that will seal her fate forever. She doesn't really fight it, she just accepts it. She goes from a carefree girl to a master protector, guarding the river and all of the land in which the river passes through. Her life is no longer hers. But to her, it doesn't really matter. She fought to come back home. Only for a minute. But then she said, why not? And then they built another fire. And then they ate burritos. And they all lived happily ever after. The end.
What's up, everyone? My name is Morgan Lee, and welcome back to my AuthorTube channel. Excuse my shiny sun-kissed face and squinty eyes, but I am currently on a little mini vacation. You did not get the point of my little introduction. We are talking about story structure today, participating in Wordstock, and we also are talking about endings because it's the bane of my existence. I really suck at endings. I can create an epic premise to a story, but endings always fizzle out for me. So let's go ahead and get into the importance of story structure, especially when it comes to writing an epic ending. So let's look at what was wrong with the ending to my little intro. In my own opinion, it started out pretty good, she now has to become a part of this river society that is made to protect the river and the lands that it passes through. And I was like, oh, cool, and she's forced to become a part of this society. But she's not forced, 1, and then 2, she just says okay and goes along with it, and she doesn't put up any kind of fight. There's no conflict. She's not sad about it. She's not upset. She is not even really happy about it. She's just indifferent and just says, okay, I'm a river protector now. And if your characters, 1, have no agency, then your story is boring and pointless, and it's going to go nowhere. And if the story doesn't have conflict, why would a reader want to read? It's just like, oh, she went to the river, became a river monster or river guardian, and then that was it. Happy ending, the end. I have a couple of favorites when it comes to story structure. The first one being the Snowflake Method, the second one being Save the Cat, and the last one being K.M. Weiland's 5 Secrets to Story Structure. Okay, so as you just witnessed, it's very important for you to have an engaging and interesting beginning to your story, but you cannot leave your reader hanging. You can't develop a epic beginning and then just leave the end to just fizzle out, or not have a character arc or a plot arc. The main thing is you can't leave your reader hanging. So I just wanted to illustrate the importance of story structure and having a compelling beginning, middle, and end to your book so that it leaves your reader satisfied. The beginning is important to hook your reader in, and the middle is important to keep your reader reading, and the end is important so your reader does not feel robbed by a lackluster story. So the 3 outlining methods that I used for my story structure are, like I said, the Snowflake Method, Save the Cat, and K.M. Weiland's 5 Secrets of Story Structure. And I'm going to go more into that in the next clip.
method that I use is the Snowflake Method. So the Snowflake Method is where you start off with just a small part of the story. Say it's a 1-sentence summary. So you're just describing your story in 1 sentence, and as you go, you're fleshing out the story. So you're building upon that single sentence and creating a paragraph, then creating like 4 or 5 pages, and then doing small character descriptions, and then evolving those. So for my initial start to story structure, I will always do the Snowflake Method first and just get the story out of my head and onto paper. The next method that I use after that is the Save the Cat method. So Save the Cat, if you haven't read it, it's Save the Cat Writes a Novel by Jessica Brody, and it has 15 beats based on the 15 beats of, I guess, screenplays that was originally written by Blake Snyder. So she adapted this for novels, and so it has the same 15 beats. Save the Cat I use more to plot out my scenes and plot out the story. So while the Snowflake Method, I'm just getting like a big overall picture. With Save the Cat, I'm getting more specific and using those story beats to write the scenes or write an outline for the scenes and make the actual structure of the story come into effect. And then the last thing that I use is K.M. Weiland's 5 Secrets to Story Structure. I use K.M. Weiland's 5 Secrets of Story Structure to further outline the fun and games and the bad guys close in, because they're really big sections of story and there's not really a layout to what needs to go in there within the Save the Cat method. So using K.M. Weiland's pinch points puts a marker in between the fun and games and the midpoint, and also between the bad guys close in and the all is lost or the dark night of the soul, whichever one leads up until the 3rd act. So it gives you another element to put into your story. So like, okay, at the pinch point, something has to happen, something has to turn to shift my character's focus and my character's ideas. So the pinch points are very helpful, and it's a short book. It's available online for free. I don't know if it's still for free, but I got it when it was a free download, so I recommend it highly. I also recommend Save the Cat, and I also recommend the Snowflake Method, and really just to find your process and don't get so stuck on doing what everyone else is doing, because I don't do the full Snowflake Method. I don't do the full Save the Cat outline. I do what I need to do to tell the story. So that is my contribution to this month's Wordstock. But that's my contribution to the Story Detectives collab. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow with a vlog. So